Hey there, welcome to Hiker Homily number 40 for the week of October 22nd, 2018. How's it going? So, this week we're going to talk about fitness, kind of in general. And I know you probably look at me and boy, you're the last one should be talking about fitness because I got the old muffin top hanging over the belt and things like that. But that's part of what I wanted to talk about is sometimes we get into this vicious circle that says I really should be in good shape if I want to go hiking. So I don't go hiking because I'm not in good shape. And the fact that I'm not getting out there hiking means I'm not getting in good shape. And so therefore I'm not in good shape and so I shouldn't go hiking. You see how you just keep going around in a circle there. So I can tell you from experience that although being in amazing fit shape definitely helps, especially if you're going to be doing those long hikes and things like, the big trails and stuff like that deal with elevation changes and mountains and all that kind of stuff. Yep, being in absolutely great shape is definitely a help. But is it absolutely necessary for every hike you go on and things like that? And if you're trying to just kind of get a start and going, do you have to be in great shape to even just start out? No, you do not. You absolutely do not. Like I say, take it from a guy who is there. I am definitely about 80 pounds overweight. I really am. And I still was able to last summer complete the Lost Coast Trail. And I did some other backpacking in the Sierras this summer and a bunch of other day hikes and stuff with the club I'm in and family and friends and stuff like that. You don't have to be in perfect shape to enjoy hiking. In fact, the other two guys that I ended up mostly hiking, we started out as a larger group, but it ended up being three of us that kind of stuck together because we had all agreed on a schedule. I think I mentioned that on one of my other hiker homilies when we were talking about a slightly different subject, when I was talking about hiking as a group and stuff. We had all agreed on a schedule and, we're going to go this far on these days and things. And not every single pre-planned hike is going to go exactly as planned. You do need to be a bit loose and able to adapt when you have to. I get that. But I don't want to get off on a tangent again about group hiking. We had agreed to a certain schedule, and then part of the group kind of decided, well, we're going to change this because of such and such reason. Yeah, but our rides are going to be there Saturday at a certain time, and we don't want them sitting there literally all day long until Saturday evening. We had agreed to this schedule, so the three of us decided we're going to try and stick to that schedule, and we did. And all three of us are guys who are, in our 40s and 50s, and got a little bit of stuff hanging over the belt. We are not in any kind of what you would consider Olympian level shape or anything like that, but we did it. We did the Lost Coast Trail in 3 days, and it was tough. We had our times when we were like, this is just crazy, because it's tough walking on those beaches and the terrain you have to deal with on the Lost Coast Trail. But we did it, despite the fact that we were not in this perfect shape. Now, were there other people on the trail that were in really good shape and they just seemed to be just cruising that trail? Oh, absolutely. Yes, so like I say, it does help. If you can get yourself in great shape, do it. If you want to be, really into the hiking and stuff, because it definitely helps. My big point is, though, do you need to be in halfway decent shape to just start getting into hiking and stuff? Absolutely not. You do not. In fact, that's the whole point, is you should be getting into it to get yourself in better shape. That's my goal now, especially after I've kind of committed and I've tried to decide I'm going to be doing at least part of the Pacific Crest Trail next year. I need to get myself in better shape to really do that, because I have seen people get off the trail who were in great shape, and other things just took them out. Because even if you are in this perfect Olympian level athletic shape, things can happen. I mean, look at professional athletes who are in tip top condition, get knocked out of sports all the time because of this injury or that injury, and it can happen to us amateur athletes too on the trail. You can be in tip-top shape and still have a knee joint go out or an ankle problem or something on the trail that just like, I can't get through this. And it's not really because of the shape you're in. It's just, what happened. So you can't just sit around and until this belly magically disappears, it doesn't do me any good to get on the trail. No, it does do you. Get out there. Even if you're going slow on the trails, even if you start out only doing a mile a day, and then you work your way up to 2, and then eventually you're doing 5, things like that. I just saw a guy online who was celebrating that he literally started out doing a mile every day. He'd just walking, not hiking, none of that kind of stuff, just walking a mile a day. And now he just did a 14, a little over 14, and stuff like that. So it can be done. Last year, in the shape that I'm kind of in, for the and those of you who've been watching some of my past videos, for the Boy Scout Merit Badge, the final hike is a 20-mile hike. You got to do 20 miles in a day. Now, for a lot of through hikers that got their trail legs, that's a day. They just do 20 miles. Okay. But for, a guy in my shape and a bunch of Boy Scouts who don't hike every day and, only hike, now and then, intermittently when the Boy Scouts get them out there, 20 miles in a day was a long haul. But we did it, And some of us adults who were doing it were not in tip-top shape. We still did it. We were able to, a little conditioning, a little work. We were able to do it. Now, so that's really the point, is don't let your physical shape, your fitness level, beat you down and not even start. I'm just not even going to bother with, because I'm not in shape. Why would I go hiking 3 miles out at Cosumnes River Preserve? I'm just not even in shape. Maybe if I get myself in better shape. Okay, well, how are you going to do that? If you're not even going to get up and out there doing things, how do you think you're going to get in shape? And I'm not belittling anybody specifically. I include myself in that, because for a long time, I struggle with that too. And I still now struggle with motivation sometimes. I had a whole hiker homily on motivation. I try to grip onto the things that motivate me to get out there and things like that. I try to find new things that will motivate me to get out there. But still, all the time, I will sometimes, on a day where I've decided I'm going to try and get out there and get a walk in or a hike in somewhere, I have to sometimes drag myself. Nobody's watching. Nobody's going to keep track of it. I can just not go. But it is. At the end of the day, you have to be watching. You have to get yourself out there and just realize, hey, I'm going to hold myself to this. So that's really it. It should be, kind of a quick blurb this week. I know sometimes I ramble on for 20 minutes, but this one should be a little bit under 10, because that's really what I was, trying to get at. And hopefully most of you agree that the sedentary lifestyle, it's hard to break out of once you're into it. You have every excuse your mind can throw at you for why you shouldn't get out there. But at least to get rid of one of those excuses, it shouldn't be, well, I'm already out of shape, so I really can't get out there until I'm in better shape. Okay, but again, that's that vicious circle. If you don't get out there and do something, whether it's the gym or walking, something, you're not going to get in better shape, and then you'll never get out there. And you're going to keep going in that circle. So don't get trapped in that. That's like a vortex. Don't get trapped in that vortex. Break out of it and just say, screw it. I know my gut is hanging over my belt, but I got to get out there and walk today. I'm going to try and get a mile in. And then the next day, do a mile. And then the next day, do a mile. And then by the next week, maybe you're pushing 2 miles or more. And then by the end of that month, you're hitting 3 or 4 miles a day, and then so on and so forth. Next thing you know, you're out there. My personal goal, because I was doing it for a while, and then I got out of it at the end of the summer. I just kind of not really burnt out, but just I had some physical issues and a bunch of other, I had some mental issues as well that I was dealing with, just motivation and some depression and things like that. And on top of that, a bunch of things going on with our periphery, not my immediate family, but the peripheral family. A lot of stuff to deal with. And just all kind of crashed in, and I just kind of stopped doing stuff. But for a while there, I was doing about 5 miles every day. And so I'm trying to get myself back to that stage. Last week, I was doing like 3.5, 4s, pretty much. But I try to get out every day. Again, you have to be a realistic goal. I'm not going to get totally every day because there's going to be some days, like today, for instance, I have a cross-country meet to get to. It's my son's, it's the championship meet for the league today and stuff like that. So I'm doing this morning, and then I've got a few other things that I have to get done, and then I'm going to the meet, and that's going to be until the evening, and then family time and stuff. So I'm just not going to get a walk in today, but I'm going to be active. I'm going to be out doing things. That's something. So there we go. However it takes to motivate yourself, just get out there. Don't let the fact that you are out of shape be the reason why you're not getting into better shape. You don't have to be this perfect fit person to get out on a trail and just hike it, or to get out on a sidewalk and just walk it. Just get out there somehow, and then you do that regularly. Pretty soon you're doing better and you're able to do that. So there we go. Fitness on the trail. Is it a good thing? Does it help? It absolutely does. Is it something you absolutely have to have before you start hiking? No, it's not. In fact, the hiking will help you get there into that better thing so that you can extend your hikes. You can go from just day hikes to long hikes if that's your goal, like me trying to get into through hiking and things like that. That's how you start. Little steps. You start here and you work your way up to here. You can't just okay, all of a sudden my body's going to be in perfect shape. Now I can do this. No, you've got to get there. It's an elevation change. You've got to climb that hill to get to that point. So agree or disagree. If there's anybody out there who wants to let me know, as usual, I'll put it out there. hikingforhealthca@gmail.com, or Instagram or Facebook, also at hikingforhealthca. And that's about it for this week. And I hope you're all doing well and almost happy Halloween. And we will see you next week.